Hi, I'm Allison Burmeister with Modern Mom, and I'm here today for a false eyelash tutorial. We're all a little intimidated sometimes by those, but they can be quite easy and accessible to even the most modern mom. Basically, you want to make sure to start that your lashes are curled the same way that the false eyelashes are. One of the biggest mistakes I think that people make is that they don't prep the lashes ahead of time. So we've already done that on Maya. So she's got a nice bend, she's got her mascara on in this case as well. And then you just want to gently pull the lash off of its case. Maya has beautiful big eyes, but we just want to double check to make sure that the lash isn't longer than the line of her eyelashes. And in this case it is just a little bit too long. You want to make sure that you have at least a couple of her own eyelashes on the inner corner, and that when the lash comes out to the edge, that it meets those final last long lashes, and then that way you can blend it in really nicely. And so basically, because I measured it, I'm going to trim off, leaving the shortest end the way it is, and just trim off the long end. So about that much. Because these false eyelashes come so perfect, I always like to kind of go in and cut into the edges a little bit, give it just a little trim so that it's not so perfect. Because you're already perfect, right? I mean, we can't have you too perfect. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your glue is ready. It's a good idea to have your glue sit just for a few moments before you apply it onto the lash so that it's tacky. And by tacky, I don't mean your grandma's purple shoes. I mean, you want it to have a little bit of a stick to it. So a lot of people oftentimes will rush the process. They'll take the glue, they'll immediately put it onto the lash, and they'll try and stick it, and it doesn't necessarily work. So you want to let it sit. Lashes are being used for everything nowadays that it's kind of funny to me when I see people, I'm like, oh my God, your lashes are gorgeous. They're like, oh girl, these are fake. And, but you can't always tell, because the next one we're gonna do is actually the individual fans, which will look even more natural. So yeah, just give it a moment to dry. Again, you want it to be a little tacky as it touches the skin so that it stays and doesn't slip around, but don't wait too long, because that can also have it so that it gets gunky. That's my technical term for the day, gunky. Good, and then you just want to press it into the lash line. And ever so slowly, Maya, go ahead and just open your eye, because sometimes the glue will stick to the bottom lashes and you don't want that. So if you just blink a little bit and make sure. And so you can see here we use a nice black lash. So I don't have to worry about remascaring or anything unless I want to, if I want to make it even a more dramatic look. Something that sometimes is a good idea to do though is to draw a nice fine line of liner, either a black or a charcoal, just on the line of the lash where the glue is placed to hide any bit of the false eyelash connection. So the eyes are gonna look a little different, because what we just did here was quite dramatic and great for evening. But sometimes it's nice to just add a little plumpness to the lash line and still make it look like they're your own lashes. So we're gonna use these, which are individual fan lashes. Again, I am never happy with the way they come in the package. I personally always like to trim them. And the way I think of it is I think of this row here as if it were your eye. And so your lashes naturally have a tendency to be longer and then get a little bit shorter as they come to the center. So that same thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna taper the lashes by cutting them. So you can see, I'm gonna take the scissors and I'm gonna trim the edges of just the one side. So kind of cutting it on an angle with leaving the one edge longer. As you get to the center, then you want to start cutting both edges a little bit so that they taper off as they get to the center of the eye. Again, just sort of creating a more natural look. Just apply a tad of glue to the very end. Again, you want to let it dry just slightly before applying it. And you never want to use too much glue. This glue is amazing. You don't need a lot of it. The less you use, the better, because it'll dry and it'll look more natural. And you start with the outer edge and you just work it up in. When you first place it, that's the time to make sure that it's right level and even with the rest of the lashes. Once it's in there, it kind of will dry cockeyed if you don't. So I'm just dipping my lash, the tip of my lash in the glue, and then following the line of her lashes. Since I've pre-cut all these lashes, it's really nice. You just go right along the case and grab them and know that your next one is going to be the next one in line. Continuing with the theme of drawing the eyes up and out, I like to have the dramatic effect of the eyes the same thing on lashes, drawing it up and out. So again, Maya, if you could just slowly bat your eye, make sure. And how does that feel? Can you even tell that these are here?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Much
super.
good.
Yeah, so this more dramatic, maybe something for a big event. This is something you could get away with every day, wink wink, and just have a more dramatic, fuller lash. When we put the mascara on, you'll see too, for the final look, that it really just makes it look like you have these thick, beautiful lashes. Okay, so we let the lash glue dry, and then you just go ahead and add mascara. So she already had mascara on, but because the false lashes were dark brown and not black, we want to make sure that we get a little bit of mascara on them as well. It's gonna help them pop out even more. Not really the need for the liner on these lashes. That's one of the reasons I love them so much, is that they really do blend and look as if they were your own lashes. So there you have it, 2 different looks. You've got one with the false strip and one with the individual fans. Both really beautiful looks, different from one and the other, possibly better for night, possibly better for day or night, but both gorgeous and fabulous, and just make those eyes a little extra special something. So thanks for watching. Thanks to our beautiful model Maya for being here today. If you'd like to see more tips and tricks or makeovers, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you all later.